You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Yian Garuga debuted in the first generation of Monster Hunter, and he was the original bad guy. That's correct. The whole phrase of me talking about monsters as bad guys came from this monster, and to see him make a return in World, your boy is happy. Let me tell you something about Yian Garuga. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make this an analysis video, and also my, I guess you could call it a reaction to him being in Monster Hunter World. So first and foremost, Yian Garuga debuted in the way back in the days. If you were a hunter like myself back then, you probably were doing your little quests here and there. Velociraptor was giving you a little bit of trouble, Gypsy was giving you a little bit of trouble, but you probably persevered and kept going. Now, there was one particular thing that threw a lot of people off. I don't have footage for it because I don't have a PSP where I can actually get the footage for the PSP, that is, but let me explain it to you. After doing X amount of quests, down a particular quest line, you will be giving a quest to repel a Yian Garuga. Here's the thing. That Yian Garuga is way ahead of your pedigree. No matter where you are, well, not necessarily where you are, depending on where you are, if you choose this quest while also still being like very low, you are not going to get this quest done. This is where I first met Yian Garuga, and he blew my face straight off. I mean, he was a monster that I had no counters for, I had no checks for. He just ran rampant. No monster I fought before him acted like him. And in my opinion, that's what a bad guy is. A bad guy is a monster who, when introduced, plays almost nothing, maybe a little bit in some cases, because you were limited at the time, because Yian Garuga does kind of take a lot of cues from Narathian, but it is a monster that acts almost nothing like all the monsters you fought before, and gives you a hard time adapting to it because it's just like nothing you've seen prior. So when fighting monsters and you come across a monster like Yian Garuga, you think to yourself, this game is unforgiving, and this is where it gets really, really tough. Yian Garuga is one of my favorite monsters of all time because he was the first monster that made me feel completely useless. There was no way I was going to get this quest done, and he is like that. Okay, so him being introduced in the world is going to give me the same feeling. For a lot of new hunters and a lot of veteran hunters, a lot of people really don't like him because he has one frame charges, which we'll totally get into it in a little bit, but he has one frame charges, he has a whole lot of random attacks, he has his beak slams, he can spin his poison tail like 5 or 6 times if you let him just get ready with it. He has a lot of things about him that can get very, very annoying. He has the jump back roaring tail flip, which is incredibly annoying for a lot of people, especially if you can't block or you're caught in the roar itself. You're probably going to get smacked, but there's a lot to Yian Garuga that makes a lot of people very angry when it comes to fighting him. And truth be told, his entire moveset is, in my opinion, like special. It is very, very good, and if anything, it is perfect. It is a moveset designed to make you think on your feet and make you hate everything you can do. Now, here's the kicker to this. Yian Garuga is not just him by himself. There is a deviant Yian Garuga, which is in the Generation Ultimate game, and most people don't like deviants all that much, but I kind of want to talk about it here because I didn't actually get to talk about Thunderlord Zinogre in my Zinogre analysis video. So the deviant Yian Garuga, i.e. the Deadeye. There we go. The Deadeye Yian Garuga. It has a different coloring to him, but for the most part, he's still a very, very difficult monster to fight because he has all the things that we talked about before and then turns it up to 11. He gets his own, I wouldn't say his own, but he gets a special type of poison, which is essentially being on fire and poison at the same time. Or is that Dread Queen? Anyway, he has a new special kind of poison that depletes your health incredibly fast, making fighting him a dreadful thing. He also has an attack where it's just like his instant charge, but you get to see him charge, but the attack, once he's done charging, comes out immediately, and it is super quick, and it hits super hard, and he can like throw out earthquakes around him as well. I mean, he gets really, really bonkers. Okay, so if they actually add a couple attacks that he had as Deadeye and then implement them into World, that in my opinion will be very rough even for myself. So even though I do like this monster, there's still some things I gotta be real about. He is a threat, and truth be told, I sometimes like to not like get decimated by monsters, but Yian Garuga, like I said, is a bad guy. He's an anti-hero. There's other monsters like him, and I'm glad to see that most of them actually made a return. So Rajang is in there, Delvajo's in there, Baz is in there. These are all bad guys, okay? So the fact that these monsters are in the game and they check you, they let you know that, hey, you're not just gonna walk around here willy-nilly think you're gonna get this for free. I'm here, okay? I am here, and I'm going to let you know that, you gotta pay up. You know what I mean? You gotta come strong. Cause if you don't, 3 carts and you're done, and then you gotta try again, buddy. So honestly, if you guys really want to know my feelings on the Yian Garuga, I'm ecstatic, okay? I am ecstatic. He is a threat. Don't get it twisted. He's a threat to me. He's a threat to everyone. He is a threat, okay? He is tough. He is very annoying. However, I need monsters like him so that way the game doesn't get stale, okay? That's what I really, really mean when it comes to bad guys. Bad guys makes the game very interesting. They keep you on your toes. They're fun to fight sometimes. But it's good to have monsters like him because a lot of monsters are very easy to go through. Relatively easily. For the most part, most of the flagships are kind of like this. They hold a bit of a challenge, and they're mostly relatively unique, but the bad guys, the anti-heroes, I wouldn't call them gatekeepers. That's a different thing altogether, but they're the ones who really keep the game fresh for you months and weeks, and maybe even weeks, months, and then years down the line, that kind of thing. So, with that being said, just note that Yian Garuga has a plethora of abilities that'll force you to stay on your toes. In the way in which he combines them with what he already has, like his insta charges and his tail flip. He can roar into a tail flip. He can roar into an insta charge into a tail flip. He has that extra poison factor I was talking to you guys about. He's just nuts, okay? He doesn't like to play a lot of games, so you're gonna have to stay very focused when you go to fight him. And honestly, I can see why a lot of people get frustrated with him because these are a lot of things you have to do while also just trying to fight the monster and win anyway. You have to be so aware, but you also have to try your best to win. So it can really get on a lot of people's nerves. I totally get that, guys. You have no, like, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm with you guys on this. I am very weird when it comes to the things I like and don't like, but I'm totally with you when it comes to the fact that this monster is just like, dude, why? So don't worry about that. I feel you guys on that. But with that being said, this is I kind of wanted to split the hairs. Okay, I really, really wanted to split the hairs. I want to give you guys a bit of a monster analysis with the Yian Garuga, and I also want to give you guys a bit of like how I feel about Yian Garuga coming in the world. I'm exceedingly happy about it because he's not a flagship. I'll admit, okay guys, I'll admit I was so trying to do this video, but Capcom kept releasing trailers and work was throwing me for a loop, so I couldn't really just sit down and make the video I actually wanted to make. But I really wanted to get my thoughts off, and this is off the dome, and this is all in one sitting, so I kind of feel like this is good enough. This is exactly what I felt. However, it's not exactly like an analysis video, but don't worry, even though Iceborne is coming as I speak tomorrow, we will still do these analysis videos maybe once a week. You guys get to pick the monster, and then I'll set time aside and we'll get it done proper, okay? So this is again what happens when you try to do 2 birds in 1 stone and you're super limited on time. You're really trying to make it come out here. But with that being said, everyone, thank you so much for watching. It's been your boy Dak908, aka the Dig Dug himself. Don't think I forgot you guys. You guys did give me 100 likes on my Zenogre analysis video where I lavishly, lovingly hit him with all the praise. I'm going to give you guys the lore, okay? It's going to be a shorter video. It's going to be like 5 minutes. And it's going to be the lore as to why I don't like Zenogre. And feel free to dislike that video too, because, whatever. Likes, dislikes, they really don't matter to me. It's just, it's whatever. Like, this isn't my full-time job. I like for it to be, but at the end of the day, what can you do? But yeah, it's been your boy. You all take care. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.
So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.